The story of disc golf started with one maverick man who had a vision. With this year, DGA celebrating our 50th anniversary, it's kind of mind-blowing to me. To think that Ed started this 50 years ago, I mean, really planted the flag of the sport that we all know and love with just an idea. Ed had a tenacity about him. He was definitely a bit of a rebel and a maverick. Ed was very multifaceted. Before he ever got involved in a toy company, he was a World War II vet. He was a deep sea underwater diver. He was in sales. He was an inventor. And then eventually knocked down the doors at Whammo and basically forced their hand to give him a job. He saw what was going on at Whammo, especially with the Frisbee, and saw that there could be more to it.
So in the 60s, when I came to Whammo, the obvious thing to do was to not make it a Pluto platter, but to make it into something that, you know, we would look at and say, well, that's a sporting goods type of equipment,
yeah,
right? So
Ed, for better or for worse, just beamed confidence. He had had a lot of success in his life, and he just was one of the most confident, charismatic people that I've ever been around in my whole life.
Ed was someone not only thinking outside the box, but always redesigning the box.
He wanted to make it something that could be considered a professional sport.
You know, some people would consider it almost goofy to take something like Frisbee this seriously.
I think the key point here is that Frisbee was a frivolous toy game, and it still is. However, it's evolved into a sport and recreation.
And the intensity that Ed brought to the table was the fact that he came unapologetically with a concept that at the time was absurd. And he didn't care because he believed in it.
Well, and from my understanding, I mean, Ed was part of the crew that was the California Boys. Let's go on this national tour and let's spin some Frisbees and let's have some tournaments and have some fun with it.
For years, the sport was played with object targets until Ed changed everything.
I'm here with Ed Headrick, who is PDGA number 001. Ed, you invented the disc pull hole.
He was always tinkering. I mean, they worked with a lot of different prototypes of different basket designs before landing on what we now know of the basic basket design.
we formalized it in 1975 with his catching devices, and it just took off like wildfire.
He literally created the two main tools that we use to play the sport to this day.
He lived it every day. He lived this golf every day of his life. He said the most fun wins because it was always about having fun.
He was actually gearing up to head down to Florida for the Am Worlds. I remember coming to the shop and I hear the phone ring and I picked it up and it was Ed. There was a shipment that we had sent to him that hadn't arrived yet. And he's like, hey, when I'm out there, I need you to step up. I carry it to this day. It's like, I think about it all the time. A couple hours later, we got the call that he had had a stroke.
And it was a big deal for the sport of disc golf because the father of disc golf, the father of the basket, was gone.
After Ed passed, people came together. It was a big shoe to fill to keep Ed's vision alive.
People were given testimonials of how disc golf saved their life. It was like you really realized just how much of a mark this guy left. Ed had set something in motion that was even bigger than himself.
Ed's legacy, to me, encompasses intensity and ambition. Our community needs to be based upon that undeniable passion and belief in what this game can do, not only for the people on an emotional level, but how deep and complex and entertaining it is on a professional level.
If you believe in something, you're gonna keep pushing. And for me, that has been the fuel to keep going. You know, after his passing, we started thinking about ways we can continually make things better. We made the Mach Light, the collapsible. We eventually did the first basket that went from a full-size target to a precision target in the Mach Shift. We later created the Mach 7. We created the Mach X. which brings us to now with the Mach X Pro. Taking the successful design of the Mach X and building on that represents a full circle moment. The first baskets I played on were Mach 3s, and to this day we're playing on an iteration of those same original DGA baskets.
How has the sport progressed in the last 25 years?
Well, obviously it's done something right because it was only one guy here when I invented it, right?
The ability to represent Ed's, obsession and legacy for this game is a really cool opportunity. So being with a company like DGA that he started, that's been here from the beginning, and also have my young aspirations of accomplishing so much in this game is really special.
I feel like Ed, if he got to get a glimpse of the sport right now, I think he would be thrilled that his concept of the disc golf basket has really not changed too much over the past 50 years. I think that would fill him with a sense of pride that he really did get it right when he put the first one on the ground in 1975.
When I think of the future of disc golf, what I've loved is to see more athletes come into it. So that's why I feel like we're seeing the evolution of the throw, right?
When I think about Steady Ed, I'd love to tell him, the sport that you made is now worldwide, and even over in Europe, the level of professionalism that the rest of the world has also brought to it is something that's really exciting.
Ed's big thing was professionals, and 50 years later to see a professional tour, I think he would just be so thrilled, because he always envisioned the athletes and the sport just being larger than life, just like he was, and I think we're there.
We truly believe that Ed's visionary spirit is still alive in disc golf today. It's important for us not to just think about where we've come from, but where we're going. I know we're the OG, but we're just getting started.
If you could sum up your contribution to disc sports, how would you sum that up?
I have the biggest family of anybody in the world.
The disc golf family?
I really do, yeah.